tells you how nice it is to wake up in the morning and see your handsome face. This being in love stuff's pretty good, huh?
Come on, give me a one, all right? Okay, come on, my guys. Come on!
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just thinking.
About me?
Naturally. Who else?
Trouble between you and Julianne?
Not really. Haven't really seen that much of her the last few days.
Well, the two of you seem so guarded when you're around one another.
Yeah, well, I can't really figure her out.
Join the club.
You know, one minute she's hot to trot, and the next minute she's cold as an iceberg. The broad's got my head spinning.
And you're not used to that kind of a woman, are you?
No, actually, the dame's driving me nuts.
Well, if she's driving you nuts, I could possibly ask you a question.
Yeah, what?
What do you intend to do about it?
Morning, Jill.
Morning, John.
The new items in the men's line, you have the mock-ups for the print ads?
The art department assured me they'd be ready this afternoon, but I am not holding my breath because I was expecting them last week.
So, how were your holidays?
I've had better.
Well, it was nice having our son home.
It is nice. It's wonderful. Although I haven't seen that much of him, and when I have, he's been very reserved. But then so have I.
Why?
I don't know, just the thought of reaching out to him and feeling that closeness again, only to have him leave.
So you're putting up a wall?
Well, I don't mean to do that.
Sure sounds to me like you're doing it.
Do you know what his plans are? I am so hoping he doesn't intend to go back to Louisiana. Although so far he's managed to avoid the subject.
You'd rather he start college now.
Well, of course I would. There is a great college back east just waiting for him, and Billy has worked so hard for this opportunity. Just hate to see him drifting like this.
Whoa, Jill, I would hardly call working for Brock drifting.
You know what I mean.
Look, if our son decides to take off another semester before he starts college, well, what's the harm in all of that?
I don't think any good will come from him putting off his education.
You know, one thing I have noticed, though, is that our son has matured a great deal since he was away.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Something's bothering you.
Don't worry about it.
I do worry. Not seen you this moody in some time. I would like to help. Is it possible it's a hormonal thing?
Oh, for God's sake. You men are all alike.
Room service.
What a sweetheart.
Hey, lady, you know it's customary to tip.
How's this?
If I knew it was gonna be this hot in here, I would have brought us snow cones.
It's not that bad.
That's not the point. The landlord can't keep jerking us around like this. One minute it's hot, the next minute it's freezing. You know, I have half a mind to go down there and talk to him right now.
Ralph, don't.
Honey, we pay rent here, okay? There's no excuse for this to be going on like that.
It's my fault. I turned the heater up.
Why?
So I wouldn't be cold wearing this.
I'll go out for coffee more often if this is what I have to look forward to when I get back.
This must be important.
Well, what was your first clue?
Well, you obviously want privacy dragging me out here.
Yeah, you're right, I did.
Why?
Well, first things first. Been waiting to do that since I first got home. It's great, huh? Finally having a few minutes to ourselves.
Yeah, I know. With Colleen's problems and all, we've hardly had any time for the two of us since you came home.
Tell me about it.
So that's it? The reason you dragged me out here?
A kiss.
Oh, it's not enough?
Well, I have a sneaking hunch there's more.
Beautiful and perceptive.
What a combination. So I'm right. There is something more on your mind. What is it, Billy? You sure everything's okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You seem a little quiet and preoccupied the last few days.
Well, probably because you've been wearing me out in the sack.
Well, I don't hear you complaining.
I'm kidding.
Listen, you're almost fully recovered and things are going really good for us. Hate to think that there was a problem.
You know what? The only problem I have is loving you too much.
Well, that's a problem I can live with.
No, I'm just going through something. That's all.
It's about us?
No. You know what? Why don't you just go do what you have to do at the office and stop worrying about me?
All right. What's your plan for today?
Oh, I'm gonna look through some jobs in the paper and wait for you.
Good. Full deadline.
You too.
Well, if you're going to be that sensitive, I am out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that you're only trying to help.
Well, what's got you so down?
I have no idea, just life in general.
No, was that why you're so negative about everything?
I don't mean to be. John, I just don't seem to be able to muster up any enthusiasm for anything these days.
That sounds to me like it could be a depression.
Depression, me?
No, maybe you should see a doctor and check it out.
I don't need a doctor. Check yourself out.
You know, I think I have an idea what's causing this malaise.
Oh, by all means, great Swami, share it with me.
You're lonely.
Lonely? That is ridiculous.
I don't think so. And I think I know why in 2 words. Larry Wharton.
Well, I have 2 words for you, John Abbott, but I'm too much of a lady to say them.
Well, I've got to say one thing about Jill. She, taught me how cool it is to be with a woman on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. And you've never had a long-term relationship with anyone, have you?
Except for my fling with Amanda, most of my relationships have been, one-night stands. Not that I'm proud of that, mind you, but with Jill, it was just, I don't know, something else. I mean, it was almost worth the hassle. Almost.
Well, congratulations.
For what?
For not being so set in your ways that you still can't learn.
I gotta tell you, all this learning was a pain in the butt. I guess I just need to learn to make better choices and not keep banging my head against the same wall.
Well, you may find this surprising to hear me say it, but were I you, I wouldn't be so quick to turn my back on Jill.
Really? Why not?
Probably right, Jill Moore. You can still learn from that woman.
Yeah, maybe, but there's also a lot of that negative stuff still between us.
What's the alternative?
Well, I reckon it's time for the Wart Man to go back out on the prowl again. How about that foxy little redhead that you had over here the other night?
Would you think a new woman is the answer, Larry?
You know, Mrs. C, I don't get it why you're trying to push Jill and I back together again, but to me it seems that when she's unhappy, that's when you're the happiest.
I'm thinking about your happiness, Larry, not mine or Jill's. Although, if there's any doubt, Jill is miserable too.
You believe that?
Yes, of course I believe it. I watched her through the holidays. She was absolutely miserable. You have to realize Jill is a woman who is not happy when she doesn't have a man in her bed.
Well, I seriously doubt that Jill would have a problem finding someone.
Yes, but despite everything, she still is very attached to you.
Mrs. C, I thank you very much for trying to cheer me up, but I think it's best if Jill and I go our separate ways.
What?
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you I've been looking to move to another place.
Are you telling me you're leaving?
I think it's time.
I certainly hope you'll reconsider. I mean, after all, I really like the idea of having a man around the house.
Thanks, but I'm sure Jill will be thrilled to see me go. Oh. Anyway, if it's all right with you, we can talk later. And don't worry. I'll take care of that storm window for you.
Jill, being lonely is nothing to be ashamed
I
of.
already told you I am not lonely.
You and I were married for a very long time, and you are forgetting that I can read you like a book.
So you think that I am pining over our ex-janitor?
How are you and Mr. Wharton getting along? I know you're both still living at Catherine's place.
It is not Catherine's place. It is mine and Catherine's.
Wonderful. You're not answering my question.
I really don't want to talk about Larry Wharton, if you don't mind.
You two were close at one time.
That is a very delicate way of putting it.
You know, is it possible that he's still hurting?
Could we stop talking about Larry, please?
Jill, he's obviously on your mind.
Would you stop?
Look, what I was going to suggest is perhaps you could offer him a job.
A job?
Yes. Perhaps that's the root of your whole problem. The fact that you fired him.
If I hadn't stepped up to the plate, you would have done it yourself.
Perhaps. In retrospect, I admire his restraint.
Restraint? What restraint?
Jill, the man could have sued us for a bundle, and he chose to walk.
Oh my! I hardly think the man deserves a medal for not taking us to court. I mean, the fact that he even considered in the first place is absurd.
And we both know he had quite a case.
What is your point?
That offering Larry a job might go a long way toward making peace.
Well, even if I wanted to, we've already hired another janitor.
I was thinking of moving him up a little. Well, you give it some thought, okay?
Yes, LCN. Connect me to personnel.
Hi. What are you doing in my neck of the woods?
Spying for Jabot. What else?
No, really.
I was wondering if you wanted to meet me later for lunch. We could try that new Thai restaurant. It's supposed to be great.
Oh, I would love to, but I can't do it today. How about another day this week?
Okay. Well, give me a call when your schedule's clear.
Any particular reason why you want to have lunch today?
You mean other than the fact that you're my favorite daughter?
I'm your only daughter.
Well, to tell you the truth, I do worry about you.
Why?
Honey, you can't be eating very healthy meals living in a motel.
Well, I am pretty sick of takeout, but fear not, I will be burning my own gourmet dinners before you know it.
What do you mean?
I've decided to buy a condo for Diego and me.
Are you joking?
No, why do you say that?
Well, honey, I don't mean to meddle, but do you really think you're ready for that kind of commitment?
Larry. Hey, Diego. What's up?
You got a minute?
Yeah, sure. Have a seat. How you feeling?
Yeah, almost normal.
I heard you got mugged.
Yeah, guy from the big city.
Man, you and your brother have had your share of bad luck here lately.
Yeah, at least we're both still alive.
Yeah, it's a lot better than the alternative, huh? So, what's on your mind?
I was wondering if you heard anything on the street. Not a large sum of cash being stolen.
Is that what these creeps stole from you?
Yeah, I was carrying it in my duffel bag.
Well, the street's not my territory these days, you know. I kind of took myself out of the loop there for a while. I know. How much they get you for?
100 grand.
100 grand? That's heavy, man.
Yeah, Victoria's dad gave it to me. He told me to leave his daughter alone and disappear from the face of the earth.
That sounds like something old man Newman would do.
I want it back. Even more important, I want to nail the bastards who took it from me.
You thought it was hot before.
That was some surprise you sprung on me.
Well, I wanted to spice things up a little bit. I hope that's okay. I don't want you getting bored.
Bored? With you?
With everything, Ralph. Poverty, this dump we live in. I want to remind you why you fell in love with me.
Listen to me, crazy girl. You never have to remind me of that.
You mean it?
Yeah, I mean that.
What?
This thing you're wearing, where'd that come from?
I just waved my magic wand and poof, there it was.
Yeah. Seriously.
Seriously. As much as I'd love to lie in bed all morning, can you tell Billy you'd meet him at the coffee house?
Well, I think I have a pretty good excuse if I'm late.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, I'll just tell him that some hot, sexy chick just had her way with me. Yeah.
You're so serious all of a sudden. Is it something bad?
Well, I hope you won't think so.
Just tell me.
I made a decision.
What?
I'm not going back to Louisiana.
You're not, really?
Are you okay with that?
I'm surprised. I mean, you seem so into the work and all your letters and calls, I just assume you plan to keep on doing it.
Look, Mac, it was a great experience. taught me a lot about myself, what's really important in life, but I want to come home, move on to the next phase. You know what I mean?
I think so. So, have you figured out what that is yet? The next phase?
Not completely. As much as I got into building houses, it sure helped me realize the value of a good education.
In other words, your hammer swinging days are over.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll miss it, but I've got to explore my options first.
Your options, huh? Are you by any chance ready for college?
Esther, can you get that, please? Apparently not, Catherine. Yes?
Package for Mr. Larry Wharton.
Oh, yes, I'll take it in just a moment, please. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Must be freezing out there. Road slippery?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Have to be careful. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
There we go. Thank you. Oh. Oh, Joe. What in the world? Mr. Larry Wharton, yeah, that's fine. Oh, hell, she'll never know the difference. Watch the nails, Catherine. Oh, my. Congratulations on your new position as Assistant Security Supervisor at Jabot Cosmetics. Well, that's a nice touch, Joe. Not that, Larry doesn't deserve it. All right. Oh, my God. Now, we can certainly do much better than that, can't we, Catherine?
What are you really asking, Mother? Am I committed to Diego?
Honey, it just seems a bit soon to be buying property.
Mother, we're a couple. That's not going to change no matter where we are. We might as well be comfortable.
And how does Diego feel about this?
Oh, you know, he grumbles about being a kept man, but that's just macho nonsense.
Are you looking at one place in particular?
I saw a couple of places before the holidays, and one place I think would be perfect if it's still available.
Honey, I still feel like you're rushing into this. Please give it a little more thought.
Mother, what's there to think about? If we hadn't moved into the motel, we'd have our own place by now. We need to move on.
Tell me about that. Is the motel awful?
Well, it's not the greatest, but, you know, I mean, it's kind of romantic at first. I'm tired of living out of a suitcase.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I think it's kind of getting to Diego, too.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, he's just been quiet lately. Seems like something's bugging him.
Did you ask him about it?
Yeah. He says it's my imagination, but I don't think so. It'll just be nice to be settled, to have something a little bit more permanent.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
What, marriage? No. Not marriage.
Well, that's a relief.
Down the road, if we decide to get married, that will be our business.
We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
You know, I'm kind of excited about this. It'll be good for us to have our own home.
You know, honey, have you ever considered that this mood Diego's in might be some kind of sign?
Sign about what?
Well, you know, he's always been kind of a wanderer, just picks up and goes whenever he feels like it.
I can't believe you're saying this.
Honey, I'm only trying to point out.
No,
that
no.
this is
Do you know
how-
who you sound like right now? You sound like Dad. Have you gone over to his side, Mother? I mean, please don't tell me that.
What are you thinking about?
Us.
Us. What us?
You and me, living here. I have to say it. It's getting a little old, Ralph.
I know. I know, but listen, I'm gonna be going off to college pretty soon. I mean, I hate the idea of leaving you.
I feel the same way. A big part of me is dreading it.
You know what? Let's think about that later. Right now, let's just enjoy the time we have. What is that? Price tag.
Oh, I guess I forgot to take it off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a little expensive for such a small amount of material, Britt.
Well, you know, they charge outrageous prices.
Where'd you get the money?
I had some put away.
Really? Did you?
Wait, you don't believe me?
Brittany, did you steal this?
What?
Did you shoplift it?
That's a terrible thing to accuse me
Please
of.
don't act like you haven't done it before. Okay, remember last Christmas? That sweater you swiped from me? You wanted me to give it to my mom.
Well, I was trying to help you, if you recall.
And what's your excuse this time? You were trying to help yourself?
It was just one little item. The store will never miss it.
What if you would have been caught? You would have gone to jail, and it would have gone on your record, on top of your DUI.
Well, I wasn't caught, so chill out.
Why in the world would you do something like this? Why would you take this risk?
I wanted to look sexy for my guy.
You don't get it, do you, Brittany? You are always sexy to me. You don't need things like this.
Yes, I needed it for us, so we could have a little fun, which we did.
No, babe. People do not need this kind of stuff. I thought you were happy with, I thought we had everything we needed right here. You and me, together, that's it. Because that's all I needed.
Raul, you don't understand.
You're right, I don't. I mean, if you were so unhappy that you have to go out and rip off stores, then what the hell are we doing here anyway?
Raul, wait! Don't go!
Yeah, definitely ready for college.
Well, that'll sure make your mom happy. Have you talked to her about this yet?
Not yet.
Why not?
Well, she's still hoping I'll go to school in Rhode Island, where I've already been accepted.
Well, isn't that the plan?
It was, but I've thought about it for a while now, and
And?
I want to stay here.
In Genoa City.
Yeah, go to GCU.
I had no idea that you were even thinking about that.
The thing is, I like being near my family. I was really aware of that when I was away. Even thought a lot about my mom.
What about her?
When I left for Louisiana, I kind of felt maybe things were changing between us.
Yeah, it seemed like she mellowed out quite a bit.
So after all those years of not getting along, it'd be cool to have a few where we do. Living here, maybe that'd be possible.
So, this decision, it's because you're thinking about your parents.
Most of all, I want to be closer to you. I mean, Mac, what you and I have... Hey, what's going on? Something about this isn't working for you. Mac. Have you met someone else?
Has Dad brainwashed you, Mother? Has he convinced you that Diego's only after my money?
No. Honey, I have heard Diego talk about you. I truly believe he loves you.
Well, then what is your problem with me buying a place of my own?
I just don't understand why you're in such a hurry.
I told you why. What's really bothering you?
All right, I suppose I am concerned about your father's reaction to this.
To me buying a condo?
To you moving into it with Diego.
Look, I told you about my plans because I thought you might actually be happy for me, not because I was asking for your permission.
I never thought
And as for Dad, I expect him to go ballistic. I expect him to throw a tantrum and scream and yell and stomp his feet and do whatever he does whenever he doesn't get his way.
Honey, I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating.
Right. Dad wants what's best for me.
That's true.
I'm a grown woman. I will decide what's best for me. And the rest of you can just keep your opinions to yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a meeting.
You know, it sounds like you're out for blood.
Those dirtbags put me in the hospital.
Well, didn't they have a piece?
Yeah, so?
You're lucky, man. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. They could have shot you.
It doesn't matter. I want those two maggots, and I want them badly. You know what? I begged them not to take that money. I'm not someone who begs for anything.
And the way they answered you was with the butt end of a gun.
You know what? I can't even sleep at night without thinking about it.
Look, Diego, you ever thought about just letting this whole thing go?
If this happened to you, would you just let it go?
Maybe not, but, you know, I'm a whole different breed of cat.
I have to find them, Larry. I will never forget the way they humiliated me. I want them to pay.
I hear you. Look, what all did you have in your duffel bag?
Some odds and ends, some receipts.
Do you remember anything from the motel that you were staying in?
Yeah, there might have been, yeah.
Well, then I'd forget about chasing these dudes down.
Wait, what do you mean?
My guess is they're gonna come looking for you.
Why? I mean, they took me for a small fortune.
Well, look, these guys aren't the sharpest tools in the shed, you know? They're not gonna take this money and invest it in stocks and bonds, right?
Not likely, no.
Which means they're gonna blow it, and then they're gonna want more. Hell, they probably think you're some kind of drug dealer with all that loot that you had. So my guess is they're gonna come looking for you to score again.
You think?
Look, I spent some hard time in a joint with scum just like these guys. I learned how their twisted minds think. It's Mrs. Chancellor. I wonder what she wants. Look, bro, I gotta roll. We'll catch up later, all right?
Hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Look, you be cool, all right?
No, Billy, I haven't met anyone else. When would you get such an idea?
You scared me there for a minute.
I mean, yeah, guys have asked me out, but I made sure they knew I had a boyfriend.
Well, lucky me. So what's wrong with me being nearby? Because I can see something about this is bothering you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I had this picture in my head, you know? You'd be across the country in New England. I'd be in Illinois. You know, we'd see each other on long weekends, holidays.
So this is better. I mean, what's the problem? This way it wouldn't be long distance. I'd only be a couple hours away from you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that with you being so far away, things would be, I don't know, more romantic, you know? But now with you being so close,
What? That's a bad thing?
no, Billy, it's a good thing. Too good.
came as quick as I could. You wanted to see me?
Yes, this package came for you. I thought it might be important.
Huh. You have any idea who it's from?
Well, the packing slip said Jill. I'm afraid that's all I know.
Well, I hope it's not a bomb. Wow. Like a cop uniform. Security officer.
Security.
Whoa. Huh. CD. Oh. Wait for me in the bedroom, officer. In uniform.
Tori, you're back already.
Yeah, I have some exciting news and I wanted to share it with you.
Yeah?
I put an offer in on a condo. Now, don't say it.
You already know what I'm gonna say.
Yes, I do. You're worried about being a kept man. Now, you cannot confuse the fact that you have a wealthy girlfriend with being kept.
There's a difference.
Yes, there is. Kept men are lazy. They're looking to take advantage. That's not you. So don't get hung up on that. I mean, we've got to get out of this place, so I decided to take some action.
That's good. I'm fine with it.
You are? Wow, that was easier than I thought it would be.
So we can't move in right away.
No, of course not. We have to put an offer in and negotiate the price and go through escrow and close.
There's something I want to talk to you about.
Okay, what?
I think we should live apart for a while.
Raoul. Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh, looky.
What do we have here?
What do you want? Who are you?
Question is, mister, who are you?
What we want, you're gonna give us.